News Channel 5 on your side presents Kaleidoscope, focusing on people who make a difference in Northeast Ohio communities.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good to have you with me today. The Director of Community Relations for the Cleveland Browns, Jenner Takancic, is here to tell us about a number of Browns community events that will allow you to give back to your community. Then we'll hear from the President and CEO of Neon, Willie Austin, and Chief Operating Officer Karen Butler. They're here to talk about the annual Jazz in the Garden event. And on the broadcast after that, the Cleveland branch of the NAACP, its President, Michael Nelson, will share information about the upcoming Gospel Fest, which is free to this community. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Leon Bibb. This is Kaleidoscope, and so we begin. Always good to have you with us. Beginning with one of our regulars here, Jenner Takancic, Director of Community Relations for my favorite football team, the Cleveland Browns.
Good afternoon, Leon.
Yeah, good afternoon. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go.
Here we go. Training camp is underway.
Training camp is underway. The Browns are getting ready for a brand new season.
We are.
But you are working 12 months a year anyway,
Yes.
doing community relations stuff.
Exactly. Behind the scenes, there's a lot of people working to make a difference, not only on the football field, but in the community.
What's on your front burner right now?
Now that training camp is in full swing, we are engaging with our fans, talking about ways that they can give back, help their community under the First and 10 platform, which is simple. Give 10 hours, help your community. And if you're coming out to training camp, I know tickets are high demand, but if you are coming out to training camp, make sure you stop by and make the pledge to make a difference in your community. Get your orange wristband, and then on site we also have our community partners. So we have 11 different community partners of our First and 10 movement. So if you want to do something, you're not sure what to do, when you're at training camp, you might be able to visit with guests from the American Red Cross, from the American Cancer Society, from the USO of Northern Ohio. All of these wonderful organizations who are doing so much good stuff in our community will be on site with us at training camp to share what they're doing and how you can also help them.
Oh, it's always got something going on.
Yep.
Blood donation, you're asking for blood.
Yes, we had our blood drive, the largest blood drive that we have, that we host, and we're excited to say that it opened at the first day, the first weekend of training camp at 13 sites, and we collected hundreds of donations. So the dog pound stepped up. Everyone really gave what they could, and they gave their time, which is part of our First and 10 movement. Make a difference, do something, and help save lives. So thank you to everyone who came out to donate blood.
Yeah, this is part of the Browns' operation, is to stay community-minded, not just on the football field between the goal and the goal, but to stay community-minded.
Exactly. The Haslams, as you know, they are extremely philanthropic, extremely committed, not just to being owners of the football team, but to really being entrenched in the community. And that's where I come into play, and a lot of people behind the scenes to really make a difference and leave a footprint in the community beyond just what we're doing with the team on the field.
Speaking of football, Play Football Month.
It is August. We're in August, so it is Play Football Month. So what that means that across the NFL, all the teams are, you know, doing something to really engage those young fans, those young kids, and to celebrate what they're doing for youth football. And to the Cleveland Browns, as you know, that's really where we consider really our niche of making an impact. And this month, through Play Football Month, you know, each of our preseason games, halftime, we're going to be celebrating young kids. There's going to be tackle football competitions going on, flag football competitions. So if you're at those games, make sure you're staying through halftime, watching those games. Don't go to the concourse. You know, see those young kids. Those might be, you know, playing for the Browns one day.
Yeah, get them in the game early, and they can just keep on playing.
Exactly. And then, you know, if you're not at that young level, we have our high school game of the week, which is going to be returning. So at the end of August, we will be going out to the high school games every Friday night. Cleveland Browns is going to be on site at one of those high school games to recognize a coach of the week and to really celebrate the sport there. And then we talked about the field donation, the commitment that the Haslams made and the Browns made to the Cleveland Metropolitan School District. So this month, we're actually we're going to be completing 3 of those 5 fields in the Cleveland Metropolitan School District.
Is that the Capital Field Improvements Project?
No, that's something different, but that's a great question, because the Capital Field Project, you know, we've made the investment, the Browns have made the investment for these 5 fields, but if you have a capital campaign going on and you need those extra dollars for your football field renovations, we have an opportunity for you to apply for up to $250,000 in grants. But you only have till August 15th. It's been out there for a little bit, but this is just, if you're listening now and you know that your city, your community is looking to really take your field to the next level and you just need some more funds, visit clevelandbrowns.com, see the guidelines, see all the requirements, but you could get $250,000, and we want somebody to get that here in our local market.
People can get more information on all this by going to clevelandbrowns.com/community.
Exactly.
More information on everything we're talking about.
That's the place to go.
We got a couple of minutes to go. Jersey Days.
Jersey Days.
I've heard of the Jersey Boys. Tell me about the Jersey Days.
This is really, it is, you know, it's It's just what it says. It's training camp. We launched this this year. We want those youth football players to come to camp. Come see camp. I know it's sold out. You know, the first weekend of camp sold out right away. But you know what? We have space reserved for those youth football kids. And if you sign up to come, we have a registration process. But if you're going to be coming with groups of 10 or more, wearing your football jerseys, come on site. We'll get you in. And we have a little, you know, stop by our First and 10 booth, and we have some cool things for you. But only if you register. And that's the way to get in the gates as a group.
All I got to do is put on my football jersey.
Put your football jersey on. Make sure your coach has signed you up to bring you out to camp. Make sure you get that, you know, we'll send you the tickets from there, and wear your jerseys. Let's see. Show your team pride, too. We want to celebrate you.
That's great. It's all about showing team pride.
It sure is.
Team pride also means taste of the Browns. That's something that's where you can put on the old feedback.
There you go. We are looking to September, and with that we have our 18th annual Taste of the Browns event that will be held again at First Energy Stadium. And the beauty of this event is that it benefits the Greater Cleveland Food Bank, which, for those of you who don't know, they're one of our First and 10 community partners, but they serve 6 counties. And the need that we have in our communities are so great for people that just have that are missing the basics, which is food. So for every $1 donated, it will provide 4 nutritious meals. And we host this event annually. Gary Barnett has signed up. He's our honorary co-chair. He's going to bring his teammates. Judge Dick Ambrose, who played for the Browns, he's one of our honourary co-chairs. Dee and Jimmy Haslam are on the host committee. I mean, it's a great event.
And you got chefs from all over Cleveland. Local chefs are going to be preparing some food.
We've got Fahrenheit, Rocco Whalen.
That's September the what?
September 19th. It's the Monday night following our first home game of the season, right at First Energy Stadium. Doors open at 6 o'clock. Tickets are available. But, you know, come out, celebrate the team. But most importantly, let's help support the Cleveland Food Bank, Greater Cleveland Food Bank.
Jenner Takancic, who keeps the Cleveland Browns in gear in the community.
Yeah. It's fun.
Hugh Jackson is doing this over here, and Jenner Takancic is doing this over here.
Jenner Takancic and a lot of people, So, but we're a good team, and it's really fun, and it's exciting, and you gotta love the opportunity.
Thank you, Jenner.
Thank you.
Always good to have you on the broadcast. One of my favorite Cleveland Browns, Jenner Takancic.
I appreciate that.
I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back. We'll talk about an evening of jazz in the garden after this. Welcome back to Kaleidoscope. Neon's annual Jazz in the Garden takes place Friday, August the 19th at the Executive Caterers at Landerhaven. President and CEO Willie Austin is here, as well as his Chief Operating Officer Karen Butler. They're going to talk about this event and some other things as well. Good to see you, Willie. Good to see you, Karen.
Always good to see you.
Yeah, bring us up to speed. Give me just a brief history of Neon, what it does.
Okay, Neon provides primary care services to Northeast Ohio neighborhood, and we've been doing this now for almost 50 years.
Yeah.
Began in 1967. Primary care includes internal medicine, pediatricians, OBGYN, dental services, behavioral health. We're also including medical use.
All kinds of medical things for folks. Really, the Northeast Ohio Neighborhood Health Services kind of says it all, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, and you've been doing this for some years yourself, haven't you?
Well, yes. We began as Huff Norwood, and now we're Northeast Ohio Neighborhood Health Services as of 1996.
Yeah. You've got a lot of exciting things going on over there, Karen. Tell me about this. We're looking right now at, tell me what this is we're looking at right on the monitor, the new East Side Market.
This is a very exciting event. Actually, it's an opportunity for Neon to be very involved in providing access to healthy and fresh food, because we know that healthy food options leads to healthier outcomes. So we're really excited about that, and Mr. Oskin tell you about the reopening of that.
Yeah, and this is the reopening of the East Side Market there at East 105th Street and St. Clair, if memory serves me correctly.
Correctly.
Yeah.
Yes, and we're excited about it. We're trying to address a food desert. As you know, in that community, there's not a full-service grocery store. So we'll have a supermarket in there. We'll also have what we call a community room. We'll have a kitchen where individuals can come in and be taught about nutrition as well as how to prepare the food. And Neon will be there too as a satellite
This is all part of the philosophy of Neon, of providing health services and healthy foods and healthy food information, that kind of thing, on how to stay alive.
Well, yes, we've come to know a long time ago that physical health is just a part of it. There's also the social, the economic, psychological, as well as the
health benefits from all of this.
Well, environmental.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to get to, yes.
Okay.
I know you really want to talk a little bit about this this Jazz in the Garden.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that, Karen? Jazz in the Garden?
Jazz in the Garden. This is our annual fundraising event. It will be held on Friday, August 19th from 6:30 to midnight. It'll be held at Executive Caters at Lander Haven. Yes. And so it's really going to be a festive after-work event and a great way to kick off the weekend. And our guests can just put away the gowns, put away the tuxedos, and come comfortably in your after-work attire. There will be delicious food stations. There will be incredible entertainment provided by 2 separate jazz bands. That'll be Russell Thompson and Free Agent, along with Kevin Conwell and Footprints. There'll be networking opportunities, along with beautiful auction items. And what's exciting, too, is that this year, this event is being held during the month of August, which means that our guests can experience the full extent of the Jazz in the Garden theme there at Lander Haven.
And it's a wonderful setting there. I know the garden that you're going to do is at Executive Caters at Lander Haven, which is in Mayfield Heights. It's going to be Friday, August the 19th, starts at 6:30.
6:30 to midnight.
And what's it cost to get in to do all of
The
this?
tickets are $100, and our guests will be able to purchase tickets on our website, which is www.neonhealth.org. Click on the Events tab, and it'll take you straight to our Eventbrite link. And the other thing I wanted to mention, too, it's going to be an evening of recognition. We will be honoring one of our very special board members, Dr. Jackson Wright, who is a renowned, both nationally and internationally, physician specializing in the research and treatment of hypertension. We're very proud of him, and this will be an opportunity for us to show him.
Dr. Jackson Wright is a very, very good friend of mine. He is an international medical
Yes, he is.
hero.
He's a sensation.
Love him. Dr. Jackson Wright, absolutely superb hypertension specialist
Yes, he
who's
is.
done some wonderful studies. My good friend, Jack
good.
and Molly Wright. You're excited about this, aren't you, Willie Austin?
I am excited, nervous, as you can tell.
Well, but it's always nervous when you're out there trying to raise money for your organization, and this is a wonderful fundraiser, right?
It is. Yeah. It is a fundraiser.
Yeah.
And
what do you want us to know about NEON, what it's trying to do?
well, NEON, as you know, provides health care. But in addition to health care that we provide to the community, we're trying to get into the community and pull alongside and provide services that will help to improve them in terms of jobs, housing, food, nutrition.
Yeah, all of that.
Yes.
You brought something along here. We might as well put this billboard-sized picture up here, which is got your photograph up there. Tell me about this event that's going on.
Okay. Well, as Karen pointed out, this is going to be the very first time that Cleveland has held the African American Male Wellness Walk. And
that's going to be Saturday, August the
Saturday,
27th.
August 27th.
Right there at Wade Oval in the heart of University Circle.
Exactly.
Okay. Let's go back to the Jazz in the Garden event. Karen, where can we get tickets? And tickets are $100, but you get so much for that $100.
Yes, you do.
Where can we get
There's
tickets?
quite a bit. So I'd like to ask our visitors to log onto our website at www.neonhealth.org. Click the Events tab, and then there will be the link to our Eventbrite tab.
Yeah.
And I also want to inform our guests that if they want to get involved in corporate sponsorships, simply call us at 216-231-7700, extension 1112.
We'll have a lot of fun there. Jazz in the Garden. Okay, many thanks.
Thank you.
Karen and Willie Austin, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Karen Butler, both of NEON. I'll take a break right now. This is Kaleidoscope. I'll be right back after these words, especially for you. Welcome back to more of Kaleidoscope. I'm Leon Bibb. The president of the Cleveland NAACP, Michael Nelson, is here to give us an update on the Cleveland branch of the NAACP and tell us about a free gospel fest that's open to the greater Cleveland community. Michael, how are you?
Hey, Leon, it's a pleasure to be here.
Good to have you here.
Thank you.
How things? Give me an update now before we get into Gospel Fest about the NAACP.
Well, the organization is alive and well. We have an office, 16400 Miles. Phone number is 216-231-6260. Arlene Anderson is our interim executive director, and we have a fully functioning board. And as you know, we've been active on a number of issues,
right,
from representing many of the protesters for free, pro bono, through James Hardiman and our Legal Redress Committee. We have a number of activities going on. We're working on bail bond reform. We sort of really raised the level of that issue. And we're involved in this whole fight for 15, the minimum wage issue. We're meeting and talking with various organizations trying to bring people together so that we can have a reasonable approach to minimum wage increases in this area. So we're really active on a lot of avenues.
So the work is still needed, the work is still out there, and NAACP is still on the job.
Leon, we're happy to make that announcement. We're happy to know that we're not on life support, we're fully functioning and really reaching out to the community and trying to get the community engaged with us.
Glad to hear that. NAACP opened a lot of doors. You and I would not be sitting here had it not been for the NAACP over the decades.
Right.
We would not be sitting in this seat. At any rate, let's tell me a little bit about this Gospel Fest that's coming up now.
You know, remember the civil rights movement was found in the church. And what we want to do is get back to our church roots. So we're doing a community appreciation event. The community has been with us for a long time. Yeah. And we're giving a gospel fest featuring some of this community's most outstanding choirs and soloists. This is going to be on September 10th. And it's being hosted by your own Danita Harris and Mark Ribbons.
Of the Wave
yes.
Radio.
And this is our give back. And it's going to be September 10th at 6 o'clock at the Affinity Baptist Church, which is out on 175th and Miles, out on the corner of 175th and Miles. And it's a free event. There'll be a free will offering. You have your hearts moved to give, but it's a free event, and we look forward to celebrating the gospel and the NAACP.
Tell me about this philosophy of staying close to the church. You mentioned a little bit ago that the NAACP and the civil rights movement got its big start really in churches.
That's right. See, because that's where our people are. Those are institutions that we own in our community. They are independent institutions. And one thing we want to do, when you're independent, your fight for freedom, keep it an independent fight for freedom. You don't have to worry about friendships, relationships. You can keep your eye on the prize. And the church gives us that foundation, gives us that safe harbor where you can actually do the work that has to be done. The NAACP and other civil rights organizations, they were nurtured, they were fed and grew based on their relationship to church, and we want to get back to that.
A couple of other things you got going. The Hatitude brunch. Hatitude, not attitude, but hatitude as wearing a hat.
That's right. The ladies of the NAACP have decided one of our fundraisers, now this is a fundraiser, it's going to be $45. It's going to be held at the Hilton Garden Inn East in Mayfield, Ohio. That's Mayfield Heights, Ohio, on Saturday, August the 20th. It's a $45 ticket, and we want you to wear your finest attire, men and women. Put your hats on. You know, that's a hallmark of the African-American community.
Certainly
those crowns.
Those crowns. We call them crowns.
You and I with the Glenville, so, you know, we
always had a crown.
That's right.
Sometimes it's called a high crown.
That's right. We were always competing with the boys Music Tech. Yeah. We had our hats on.
That was a long time ago.
Well, hey, Leon. But the fact of the matter is that this is another opportunity for us to share with the community. But because you need money to run your organization, it's also a chance for community to sort of help us out as we move toward our goal. And this is going to be an outstanding event. Evelyn Burnett, Vice President of the Economic Development Corporation in Cleveland, is going to be one of the speakers. She's an outstanding lady, and we're going to share that afternoon on Saturday, August 20th.
Okay, so you got and Danita Harris is going to be there.
Danita's going to be involved in that, but Danita's main thing is making sure, you know, Danita is wonderful.
Yeah.
And she's been able to marry both her occupation and her theology, and she's just a wonderful person, and she's so enthusiastic. So she's the perfect host for this NAACP.
She and I talk about this importance. If you're doing the kind of work that Danita and I do here on television, Cleveland television, you want to stay involved in the community as well. You've got to stay involved in the community, aside from just getting your paycheck here at Channel 5 or wherever you work.
And your outreach, you and she always involved in the community. So it's a great partnership to have Danita involved with the NAACP.
Okay, so bring us back. We got 30 seconds remaining, and you're doing well with the NAACP as the president, and you're alive and well.
It's my hardest duty ever. I've been president of a number of organizations, but
Yeah.
this is my hardest duty, but it's also the most rewarding because we can help people by putting our hands on things and helping influence what's going on in this community.
Let me put a phone number of the NAACP on the screen at 231-6260. That's 6260-231. In the 216 area code, 216-231-6260. More information on everything that we've been talking about. Michael and I have been talking about. Good to see you, my
You
friend.
can hit us on Facebook, and you know, so just look us up.
You're everywhere.
Oh man, we're trying to do it.
Yeah, and doing it well, too.
Thank you.
Michael Nelson, one of the heroes of this town. I'll take a break. We'll be right back. We'll talk with Daryl Johnson of the Urban League after we do this. Time for the morning exchange segment, as we call it. That means the Urban League always sends a representative over. Daryl Johnson, who's director of the Minority Business Assistance Center of the Urban League, is with us. Hey, Daryl.
How you doing, Leon?
I'm okay.
Hey, I'm here to talk about our center and what we do. You know, I'm the director of the Minority Business Assistance Center at the Urban League of Greater Cleveland.
Yeah.
And what my job is to help small, minority-owned and disadvantaged businesses develop and grow. And what a lot of people don't know is that through our center, which we call MBAC for shortening for the Minority Business Assistance Center, we help business with ongoing counseling, assistance with certification on the federal, state, and local level, financial assistance, and business development. Another thing most people don't know is that these services are free. There's no cost to come to our office. So we have a lot of great opportunities through the state programs if you're a certified MBE and you're looking for opportunity for procurement with the state, or even some of our local relationships that we have through the Urban League of Greater Cleveland.
So you provide some assistance. You provide kind of a pathway to get from here to there with your business.
Correct. We have an office also, a small business development center that helps startups. So if you have an idea or concept that you want developed into a business, we have folks that we can refer you to help you get that business started, you know, becoming a legal LLC or however you want to set it up, marketing plans, business plans, etc., to get your business going off the ground. So
I've got about 45 seconds remaining in this segment. Where do people make mistakes sometimes?
a lot of times on the front end, setting up your business appropriately, structuring it right, getting all the counseling that you need before you start. I think that's the biggest thing because, you know, capital is always an issue. So you want to make sure that, you know, it's never perfect, but you want to make sure you line up everything and think of everything as much as you can. And I think when you have other people or third parties helping you, they can tell you things to think about and look for and ask about and really get you down the right path where you can be successful.
Okay, well, words of wisdom from the Urban League. That's going to do it for us. And many thanks, Daryl Johnson. We'll say so long.
This has been a presentation of News Channel 5's Kaleidoscope, a weekly public affairs program brought to you in partnership with the Urban League of Greater Cleveland.